Today I fucked up when I accidentally got too high. Background, I don't smoke that often, and when I do, it's only after I've been drinking. Apparently I cannot smoke when I'm sober. Or maybe I just shouldn't smoke at 9 PM the night before a big interview. I'm gonna go with the latter lol. I smoke with a friend and 10 minutes later I think to myself, this is it, this is how I die. I excuse myself as cool, definitely awkwardly, as possible and go sit in my car. I'm wondering if I can drive home. Like, can you be too high to drive? I think to myself, I'm just being paranoid. I'll try pulling out of the driveway to see if I'm okay. You ever see TV shows where they show a person smoking and they start hallucinating? You're like, yeah, okay, that doesn't happen. I'm still only 97% sure I didn't hallucinate what happened next. I pull out and suddenly giant fireworks are exploding everywhere. Hordes of people on bikes with flashing lights appear out of thin air. They're cheering and waving at me in my car. I am mortified. Who were they? Crazy Trump supporters storming in the street? A hallucination? Whatever it was, big nope to driving home. I feel like I fell down the rabbit hole. Was this real life? I pull back in my previous spot and get out to take a walk, hoping I could walk off this too high panic attack. I walk for 15 minutes before realizing I'm shaking violently. This is it, I'm going to have a seizure or something. Then I realize it's freezing out and I've been walking around in athletic wear. I'm dumb. So I call a lift, always good decision. And wait, it had now been like 10 minutes with the app still searching for a driver, and I'm now freezing. Oh, by the way, heater doesn't work in my car, and I'm still convinced I'm about to die. I sit in front of a tree, wondering if this is going to be the end. Then my lift app pings, Jesus is coming. I can't help but start laughing hysterically. What a fitting end to a stupid self-caused experience. Happy 2021. Too long didn't read, got too high, maybe hallucinated Trump supporters, then got saved by Jesus. I gave him 5 stars and a 50% tip. Do you ever see TV shows where they show a person smoking and they start hallucinating? You're like, yeah, okay, that doesn't happen. I'm still only 97% sure I didn't hallucinate what happened next. Ha ha ha. Love new paranoid high smoker stories. Wishing for more sessions to you like these. Oh please no. I'm now eating a bowl of green beans and slowly realizing this was a weird choice. Jesus take the wheel. You shouldn't even consider to drive when you smoked pot. Driving under the influence of drugs is irresponsible and could kill others driver, because your reaction gets slower. Great story and really glad you didn't drive. Many of us have been too high a time or two. It's less fun than just normal high emo. Oftentimes that paranoid feeling you get is just you being rapidly intertwined with your subconscious. Next time, just take some deep breaths and clear your mind as much as possible. Good call on getting that lift. Crush the interview. Today I fucked up by wathcing porn during online class and not muting the mic. Before you say anything, no, my camera wasn't turned on. We've been in lockdown since early November here in Hungary, and this was just another usual day, sitting through online classes, trying my best not to daydream. However, this was during German class, which I usually don't pay too much attention to, since I spend a lot of time with my extended family in Vienna, Austria, so I know a decent amount of German. But in spite of all this, the teacher sometimes still calls on me, when no one else can answer the question. After answering one of these questions, I had the quite questionable idea to watch some porn, but I went along with this hell of an idea nonetheless. Now, I was logged into class on my PC, but was watching porn on my phone. But I put the phone right in front of my laptop, and there was no headset plugged into the laptop, so everything happening around me can usually be heard. After a good 5 minutes into the video, one guy let out a rather audible moan, which was so loud, that I'm pretty sure even my brother could hear it in the room next to mine. I quickly lowered the volume, but when I took a quick glance at my laptop screen, I noticed that after answering the question, I forgot to turn off my mic. That, combined with the sudden influx of messenger notifications on my phone, quickly led me to the realization, they heard the moan. With shaking hands, I opened the group chat, and like 6 to 7 people were simultaneously asking, "Did you all hear the moan? What was that moan?" and other questions like this. Scared and scarred, I typed TIFU that into the group chat, muted my mic and stared at the laptop until the end of the class, questioning my life decisions. No one actually said anything during the online class, so I don't know exactly how many people have heard it, or if the teacher could hear it, but that was a uniquely interesting experience. Too long didn't read. I watched porn during online class without muting my mic and they heard the moaning. My car was in the shop and I was using my mom's car to drive around. When my car was ready to be picked up, my mom and I drove together to get it, and when we got into the car my phone Bluetoothed to her car and started auto-playing porn from my phone. I was mortified and quickly told her it was the end of a Mac Miller song, which one song actually has a girl moaning at the end. I think she knew what was up though, haha. Yeah, us moms aren't stupid. One time, my teenage son accidentally sent me a text meant for his GF, requesting photos. What can you do but laugh too? I have done this on accident in person classes. I had porn on my phone before I went to class. Opened my phone to do something and the porn auto-played. I was mortified but just laughed. I got into an Uber once and the digital display for radio had the title to a porn scrolling across it, completely muted and paused, but damn was it awkward to notice, like but why listen to that in the car? I remember sitting in a lecture and there was one guy in the back on his laptop, headphones on and doing his own thing. He wasn't even part of the class, but most profs didn't care to kick people out even if they didn't belong. Partway through the lecture we just hear moaning and grunting. At first it was just people in the back row asking each other if we heard that, and finally the professor stops the lecture and asks, "What's that noise?" Someone watching something on their laptop. Turns out mystery dude hasn't actually plugged in his headphones, so the entire class can hear his porn. One of my friends gave his laptop a whack to get his attention and told him we can all hear that. Packed up right quick and got out of there real fast. If it was German porn then you could at least claim it was educational and relevant. One of my old bosses did that too. On a conference, he unmutes himself and like just 1 second later jerk, "Mate, come do stuff with me," to which he claimed it was due to a computer virus. Even funnier that he was the CTO, Chief Testicle Officer. Today I fucked up by brushing my teeth. My morning routine always starts with me going to the toilet, brushing teeth, etc. Today was no any different, getting the toothpaste on the brush and getting it over with. After 1 to 2 minutes a bitter taste unfolds in my mouth and I'm thinking MHHH. Must be a weird morning taste, that happens every now and then and I'm not fully awake yet, so I will just ignore it. Getting right back to it and being more vigorous than before, to get the longing taste out of my mouth. Turns out, the taste was still there and stronger than ever. I finally take a look at my toothbrush and see a small bug stuck in it, which I basically just spread in my whole mouth. Being super disgusted and shaky I immediately grabbed the mouthwash, gargling the disgusting taste away. I tried get the mouthwash as far as possible to the back of my throat as well. By pulling my head back and gurgling, I started choking on it and swallowed a whole gulp of it. Apparently I don't handle bug taste and mouthwash together and started projectiling vomit. Too long didn't read, brushed teeth while a bug was stuck in it, using mouthwash after it, choking and ended up puking. I am really sorry this happened to you. I am a dental student and brush my teeth about 4 times a day because of hypochondria, and I will probably never look at my toothbrush in the same way again. Wonder what the taste would be if you drank orange juice after brushing your teeth with a bug. Can it get worse than projectile vomit bad? Perhaps the citrus would have been a welcome addition. Milk on the other hand. Nice. Just start drinking and end the day with a beginning lile that gets stick bugged. One time I went to rinse my mouth before I started brushing and used my rinse cup. Swear I felt something crawl around in my mouth and I was like, oh shit, I popped a roach, and I spat out all the water but nothing came out with it, and I was like, oh, I must have imagined it. I started brushing and I immediately could taste something really bitter and a little squishy. I spat everything up. Fortunately it was an abnormally large piece of burnt garlic I had for dinner. Thanks for sharing. I gagged a little reading that.